Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Today we are going to speak about a subject called as the positive anchors. 3 days back, there was a student here in my residence asking for some suggestions about how to reduce the fear when the person is attending an examination, or how to attend an interview without having that sluggish fear, which is really troubling. So I thought I could give them some suggestions. So I was not able to record the video then when I was giving the counseling session, but I wanted to have an eye-to-eye conversation with you. So that's why I'm recording a video now. Positive anchors. You know, when you are working on something, and because of the negative anchors some people give towards you, you turn into a negative person. When you are working on your office table, you are very busy in an assignment. A particular person comes towards you carrying some news. The way the person conveys that news, the person has got some gesture or some sort of body language or auditory factors or kinesthetic factor or some visual factor. Something of that visual factor, kinesthetic factor and auditory factor immediately triggers a negative instance into your mind. And that carries forward. So you cannot blame that person. The person has brought a negative anchor, and because of the negative anchor, you have started thinking on a negative basis. So you start acting on a negative basis. After that, you are not having good mood, and you are not continuing with the same spirit that you had before the person's visit to your office room. So this positive and negative anchors, people bring with them. They don't know, they haven't devised that, they haven't sharpened the device in order to give you that negative anchor. It automatically happens. Some people have that in nature. Some people try to do that deliberately in order to make you feel a little upset. So who knows? But you always have the control over creating your own positive anchors. So I want you to have a good look at these documents, first of all. And then we will continue talking about positive anchors, because we need to have the awareness about how rather than what. I'm not going to give theoretical explanation about the negative anchors and positive anchors, but I'm going to explain now as to how positive anchors really help you out. An anchor results in an immediate state change. Once a negative trigger is activated by someone else's behavior, we instantly slip into a negative state. However, it's difficult to come up with empowering and delightful thoughts when you are sliding into a gloom about things. So you need to prepare your own positive side of things in advance. But for some of us, this can be a problem. A common tendency when things are going fine is to want to continue enjoying things in the moment and to ignore the negative things that might be evoked in the far and distant future. So we bury our head into the sand and hope that good times will last forever. They won't last forever. So we need to prepare in advance or endure the consequences. When we allow somebody else's behavior to derail our emotions, we put ourselves into a victim position. Because their behavior triggers a pre-existing anchor in us, we then decide that they have made us feel bad. They haven't made you feel bad, of course. Our unattended to anchor is the real issue, not their behavior. So as you have understood, it is not their behavior that is causing all the problem. It is the unattended anchors, the negative anchors that are situated inside you are the real problem causers, because you have not taken control over it. If you had not taken control over it, it starts and it continues to dominate endless time. From the time immemorial, you had been controlled by these factors and you haven't taken any single step towards taking this anchor out. Why to speak about taking the anchor out? You haven't done anything at all in attending to this anchor. Taking this out is a different subject altogether. But attending this anchor, you haven't done that as well. So there are 4 steps to regain your sense of perspective. Number 1, prepare a replacement thought anchor prepared in advance. Number 2, strengthen this by thinking about it a few times daily for a week or so. Number 3, use it instantly each and every time a situation occurs that derails your mood. And number 4, fine-tune your replacement thought to make it more potent and appropriate. So this is going to be the solution. You need to do these 4 steps. First of all, you need to take a replacement thought. Going back to the example of the person who is coming into your office and trying to derail your mood. At that point of time, just imagine what would have happened if you had got this replacement thought ready. And this replacement thought, my dear friends, is called as a positive anchor. And this replacement thought is a proper defending device that keeps you away from derailing your mood. But you got to take some ventures in preparing these replacement thoughts. And these 4 steps, the more important step in this 4th step is the 3rd one. Use it instantly each and every time a situation occurs that derails your mood. But even before that, there is a 2nd step. And that 2nd step states, strengthen this by thinking about it few times daily for a week or so. You need to repeat the replacement thought. You need to have the repetition so that your mind gets conditioned, your nerves get conditioned. And this particular replacement thought, when it is switched on, it has to get your mind out of that bad deviating mood. That's the supreme idea here. It is best to prepare a replacement thought for a particular type of situation. You might have one for work or one for socializing, etc. Strengthening the replacement thought. Think of your replacement thought few times daily and do it whichever way suits you. Do it in pictures, visually, by imagining the 4 thoughts on a screen in your mind's eye. Do it in feelings, kinesthetically, by feeling yourself surrounded by the 4 memories. Do it in sounds, auditorily, by hearing the soundtrack of each of the 4 memories. Which way you do it, make sure it evokes a strong feeling. This is the key. So as you could see, these 3 neuro-linguistic programming factors, visual, kinesthetic and auditory. So these 3 things have to be combined together. So when you're having a replacement thought, that replacement thought should have sounds, auditory. The replacement thought should emit some positive feelings, kinesthetically. The replacement thought should have some promising, pioneering pictures that gives you a lot of happiness, visual. So once you put these 3 factors in togetherness, then the thought gets more strengthened, and that itself becomes a very good positive anchor, which keeps you away from all the negative situations and negative anchors by the other people. Use it instantly. Next time somebody presses one of your buttons, immediately do 2 things in quick succession. Change your state physically. Stand up, move around, have a drink of water, shake off the feeling, is to breathing, etc. This interrupts the anchoring effect. Activate your replacement thought, whether as an image, feeling or sound. Fine-tune it to make it more effective. If the process doesn't work or is it not strong enough, this is simply an indication that you need to have a more potent replacement thought. So find better examples and practice bringing them to mind easily so that they activate a strong, pleasant emotion. So once you are ready with this replacement thought, what you are supposed to do is keep that replacement thought ready. And when someone comes and gives some negative anchor, instantaneously change your physicality. Maybe stand up, just go somewhere else, or just deviate your mind, have a glass of water, have a cup of coffee or something, and then replace with this devised replacement thought. And that replacement thought, since it has been worked up properly, since it has been nurtured properly, it should give immediate, instantaneous, relaxed feel, and it should also emit some positive feelings so that you can proceed further. And mind you, if that replacement thought is not properly giving you the necessary reactions and feelings, then you haven't worked on that really well. So you have to redo the process all over again. You have to redo it visually, you have to redo it kinesthetically, and you have to redo it auditorily. So this is called as positive anchoring process, my dear friends. So this is definitely going to help you out in terms of handling your fear, negative situations, negative circumstances, and negative people. So basically, when you are having a thought that comes into you and when it is really troubling you, all you have to do is this 3-step process. First, interrupt that negative pattern that has come into your mind. Second, physically move and do some reactions so that your mind slips out of it. And number 3, put that replacement thought into that mantle so that you will feel much better and relaxed and more wisdom oriented. You will get powerful, basically. That's what is the key idea here. So I thought of giving this positive anchoring idea to all of you, because some way or the other, we are all experiencing fear and negative feelings in our day-to-day life. And each time when you are having this positive anchor idea executed properly, then you become a very strong person. And your brain is a crazy jukebox and it starts practicing in itself, and it becomes so much strong and it becomes negative attitude proof brain, and you will always have positive emotions exploring. And you will be one among the very few individuals who have mastered their fears and mastered their negative emotions. So, positive anchors. Get those replacement thoughts. And the final key, a signature key, I would say, the replacement thoughts are your past good glorified experiences. You had got positive atmospheres. You had got wonderful experiences, beautiful memories with your family, beautiful memories in the all walks of your life. So those things, if they are regenerated inside, the mind produces the same feeling, and that itself is a very good source for replacement thought. So, and again, I would like to say you this positive anchoring is a neuro-linguistic programming factor, and this NLP factor, positive anchoring, is a real good solution for take you out of the troubled waters in any given moment of time. So this is Manikandan Sundaresan thanking you for spending some time in watching this video. And I'd be really happy if you are able to execute this and get some results for you. And I would like to listen to your success story in case of using this on a proper basis. And you would like to share something, don't hesitate to put that in the comment section below. All right. Thank you so much. Live strong, live with passion, be like a warrior.